celebrations. You all look well in uniform and dance well. Owens, you will need to mind your tongue." "Of course, sir," Jack responded quickly. It was the usual: dress well, dance well, charm the ladies, and act as though the war was an extension of polite society instead of unfathomable brutality. In actuality, there was great irony in the fact that people adored a man in uniform, yet when he returned maimed from fighting for their country, they shunned him. Wellington was handing Philip packets of documents. "You might as well see these delivered to the War Office yourselves." "Yes, sir," Philip answered as Wellington piled their arms high with dispatches. "And I expect you both to enjoy your time. You do deserve these commendations." "Thank you, sir," Philip answered, clicking his heels together. "Does it come with a prize reward?" Jack jested. It earned him another look of exasperation from Wellington. "You do realize, Owens, that if you were ever taken prisoner, the enemy would cut out your tongue, England's secrets be damned." "Yes, sir," Jack answered, standing sharply upright and clicking his heels. Wellington shook his head. "I will miss it nevertheless. Begone with you both." Once out of reach of Wellington's ears, Jack sighed heavily. "What? You do not wish for leave in England's green shores?" Jack shrugged. "There is little there for me to long for. You know as well as I that there are thousands of soldiers more deserving of knighthood than you and I." "Oh, but we are the pretty faces who will make them feel better about themselves." They walked through the great hall to the staircase leading to the bedchambers. "If you are knighted, what will you be called? Sir Lord Philip, or will it be Lord Sir Philip?" "Leave off, Owens," Philip growled. He was the second son of a marquis, but did not like to be known by his honorific. "Captain Everley, as always," he snapped. I know," Jack waved his hands in mockery. "You are a soldier, not a debutante." "How have you managed to stay alive this long?" Philip turned to ask when they reached their doors. "An excellent question," Jack replied. "One you ask at least once a day." "It will be good to see Felix again," Philip remarked. "And Catalina? What do you know of this other fellow?" "Very little. He is very secretive. I cannot imagine he will be thrilled with the prospect of being on display in London," Philip answered. Jack snorted. "I have little doubt it will be quite the exhibition." "Indeed, I imagine my parents will be beside themselves. Expect a ball in our honor," he warned. "At least I will not have anyone fighting over me," Jack offered with a shudder of sympathy. "It is a mixed blessing, to be sure. If only I did not have to pretend so when I am at home. My mother would wrap me in cotton wool and never let me out of her sight." That sounded horrible to Jack, but he had never had such a relationship with his mother. "We might as well enjoy a good luncheon before we leave," Philip said as he opened his door. "I suppose we have tempted fate with this luxury for too long," Jack agreed as he opened the door to his own handsome chamber. Philip slapped him on the shoulder. "Cheer up. You can stay with me at Everley House. I am certain my mother would adore having a personable bachelor under her roof." "Not a chance, old friend." "Very well, but you will not abandon me to my fate entirely. At least my mother boasts an excellent chef." "I can always be tempted with food," he called as Philip went to pack his own trunks. Neither of them kept a batman because their commissions were frequently too covert to vouchsafe the extra person. Jack had never minded seeing for himself. His trunks were packed long before it was time to leave, so he sat on the bed, wondering what would await him back home. He could not be more shocked at the news he had been chosen to be knighted, but it really made no difference in the long run. He would still be Captain Owens and still be a career military man. His grandmother would be delighted if she knew, but he would never tell. It amused him greatly to think of keeping that a secret from her. London at last. Kate had dreamed of this moment for years, but the old witch had determined to live forever to spite everyone who knew her. Now, all Kate had to do was find the solicitor and have her funds released to her. Then she could go about her merry way, finally beginning her life at the ripe old age of 20. After she finished at school, she had discovered she possessed a guardian in the form of a Mrs. Owens, a cousin to her dear mamma. Upon arrival at that lady's estate, which was a monstrous, Gothic-looking pile, Kate had found her to be an invalid and a very unkind person. "'Twas putting it mildly," she thought now. There had scarcely been any servants there to care for the estate or Mrs. Owens' person, and she had been confined to bed, with only a maid and a cook to be found. Not being more than gently bred, Kate had not been accustomed to a high standard of living, but even she realized the house had fallen into rack and ruin.